It is important to remember that when we grow through change, we learn from our response. Although often overlooked, our response is the key. Our response is when our subconscious is open and what you hear yourself or others say has a lasting effect. We take care of our bodies, we eat good food, but do we take the time to put good thoughts into our mind? Words of affirmation don't have to come from somebody else, they can come from yourself. Tell yourself you did a good job. It may seem a little weird, but it's okay to be weird. If you keep it up, it will become natural, and your head will be in a much better place.
Growing together. My husband and I learned this nugget of psychology when we were reading a how-to parent book when the boys were young. We both found the topic of mindset fascinating and started to apply it to our personal lives, our marriage, and how we spoke to the boys. Responding positively to the smallest act of responsibility has ignited the confidence in our boys to do more and be more responsible. When I say, "I appreciate it when you do," or "I really like how you handle," it's not only opens the door for further conversation on that activity, but reinforces the good response and future behavior. For example, when the boys were playing soccer at age 5, they started out as any new player does. The coach at the time would say things like, "Oh, you missed that goal. Come on, don't miss it next time." He said it in a positive tone, but I knew the minute he said it, the boys were thinking about missing the goal. Their attitudes started to change, and I could tell that they were not having as much fun. They got in the car and they said, "Mommy, I don't like soccer anymore and I don't want to go back next weekend." I knew exactly why, because their subconscious was trying to protect itself through avoidance. I said, "Honey, I thought you did a great job today. And man, you ran so fast and you kicked that ball really hard." The next weekend, one of the boys said to me, "Mommy, I'm going to run really fast and I'm going to kick that ball so hard." I said, "Great. I can't wait to see you have fun out there." Soon after the first game, the coach quit and there was no backup. My husband and I jumped in. Granted, the last time I played soccer, I was 7, and I thought for a brief moment, I'm not qualified to coach these kids. But then I thought, I'm not coaching a 5-year-old to play in the World Cup. I'm coaching them for the love of the game. From that moment on, my husband and I tried to apply our nugget of quality response to these children. Then all of a sudden, we had kids showing up early. They were making goals and actually sitting still and listening. I thought, wow, okay, this is working. Our little 5-year-old team started to win a game, and then they won the next game, and soon we were undefeated. Kale said to a child, "You can make that goal." Their subconscious heard it, that they could, and they believed they could, so they did. After every practice, he would call out each kid and verbally recognize what they did great that day. The response was profound and motivating in growing that child, the parents listening, our boys, and overall the entire experience. Growing together in faith. Faith is exciting, and we're trying to help our boys also see that excitement in their experiences. In this pandemic, we have empowered the boys to select the city that they wanted to watch church in. Most of the time they would choose Queen of Peace, but when those masses were unavailable, we would tour the world via YouTube. They were able to choose and have empowering connections with Mass. When they initiated grace at the table, I recognized it firsthand, and the behavior to remind Mommy and Daddy on saying grace still continues. The boys are learning so many different beliefs from their friends, and sometimes they ask me, "Why do they do this?" or "How come they believe that?" I have to be mindful of my response because their subconscious is absorbing all of it. I say something to the fact of, people all over the world make different choices because God gave us the ability to choose. Be sure to look for the kindness in others and love them where they are, reminding them how Jesus did that for us.
Response is the key to shaping our mind and growing together. Thank you for listening today. We appreciate you.